Guys, what is going on? Welcome to a special video. As you can see from the title, this is going to be a retrospective, a look back. This year, 2018, it's hard to believe, marks the 10-year anniversary that I have been a fan of professional wrestling. It's been an amazing journey, an amazing ride. I went to a lot of great events, watched a lot of good, a lot of bad when it comes to WWE. I've expanded my reach of professional wrestling by seeing shows such as Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Lucha Underground, whether it's local promotions here in Pittsburgh or what have you, NXT. There's going to be no real format to this. It's just going to be recounting my thoughts, my memories. And like I said, it's hard to believe that I started watching professional wrestling over 10 years ago this year. How time surely does fly by. So we'll go back to the beginning. So 10 years ago, I was in middle school, and I can still remember the day that I first fell in love with professional wrestling. It was 8th grade. And, it's middle school, we don't really do much. So here we are in homeroom, the beginning of the day. We have these computers set up. And my friends, I see are over there, they're watching something on the computers, and I'm curious. I'm thinking, well, what is this? What does this happen to be? It was a match. It was a match from WrestleMania 24, and I'll never forget, like you probably will never forget, the first match that you ever watched that you knew the moment you watched that match, you're a fan of professional wrestling. I don't know what it is about this, but I gotta watch this. And as I say, it was one match. Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 24. The story that was told in that match alone was great. Two of the all-time best. And what a first match to watch. As soon as I saw that, I'm sorry, I love you, the super kick, Flair with the tears and the retirement. I didn't know all that at the time, but I was mesmerized. I was like, I gotta watch this. And shortly after, I began to watch. Raw in 2008. 2009, not really so good when it came to Raw with the guest host stuff, so I switched over to SmackDown. SmackDown in 2009, really underrated. They had a great roster with Jeff Hardy, CM Punk, Edge, Rey Mysterio, the Chris Jericho, his feud with Rey, that was great. John Morrison, that was a really stacked SmackDown roster. The Undertaker in 2009. I wouldn't mind going back on the network to watch some of those shows. Like I said, immediately, one of my favorites to watch was CM Punk. And it's funny, as soon as I saw WrestleMania 24, I was a fan of CM Punk. I knew that he was going to go places. I knew he had the potential to make it to the top, and I latched on to following him, and I followed him all the way to the top, all the way to his walkout, and it's funny, and I'll get into his walkout, but yeah, through 2009, we go into 2010, not really the best, it's, not the best years to be a fan of wrestling, mainly when it comes to WWE, let's be honest, because the product really was not that good, but I got through it, in 2009, I'll say it right now, my favorite match of all time, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25. I believe that was the first pay-per-view I ever watched live was WrestleMania 25. Now, not the best WrestleMania, but I know, guys such as Stilex, man, he visited it. He went to WrestleMania. He enjoyed it. And it's a mixed bag when it comes to that WrestleMania. There was some good. Money in the Bank match was good. Some bad. Randy Orton and Triple H, that was a snoozer. I remember I was like, this is boring. What the hell are we doing here? But Michaels Undertaker, what can I say? It's everything in a match that I wanted and more. And to see that match, and now for it to hold up this many years later as my favorite match of all time, that's a testament to both Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, two of my all-time favorites. So, WrestleMania 25, the first pay-per-view I ordered. We move on here to 2010. Not really too much to say about that year. 2011, though. For me, it all comes down to one day in February. I'm talking about when The Rock returned to Monday Night Raw on February 14th, 2011. I was watching that show live. There were rumors floating around here out there that Justin Bieber would have been the guest host, Bob Barker. And I'll never forget when the lights went out, everything shut down, and the Titantrons, electrifying itself. And I'm thinking, who the hell could it be? It was one man. It was the People's Champ. I'll never forget when The Rock came out. The roof blew off Anaheim, California. Holy shit, I'll never forget that night. One of my favorite, if not my favorite moment for me, because I didn't watch Rock back in the day. Because I was still learning as a fan of professional wrestling, the history of this business. And I'm still learning to this day. And that's the nice thing about having the network. We'll get into that. But The Rock returning, unreal. Unfreaking real. And then to see the stuff that year with the Summer of Punk. Even though they did botch it, yes they did. To still see him lay that pipe bomb, beat Cena for the championship at Money in the Bank. And, it was really incredible. It really, really, really was. And, it's just hard to believe that was over 7 years ago when The Rock came back and when CM Punk won his championship at Money in the Bank. Yeah, they brought him back too soon and what have you, but still watching that at the time, that was fun. That was something different, and that's a highlight that I'll take for me as a fan of wrestling. Moving into 2012, Rock John Cena. I was a huge fan of the first Rock John Cena match because it was not the biggest John. It's funny. Originally, at the time, when I first started watching, I'll be honest, I was a fan of Cena. But over time, I realized it's the same shtick over and over and over. So I got sick of him. So when Rock came back, cut that promo, laid the smackdown on his Rudy Poo candy ass, I was like, all right, Rock, WrestleMania, April 1st, 2012. To me, the build-up for that show, that was the first good WrestleMania that I watched. Because I watched live. I watched 25. 26 could have been better. 27, God no. 28, finally, a good WrestleMania with the end of an era. If I had a channel back then and I did live reactions, I could still remember marking the hell out when that match happened. I thought the streak was going to end. Little did we know it would end a couple years later, but wow. And Chris Jericho, CM Punk, solid championship match. Then you cap it off with, I enjoyed The Rock versus John Cena. And then I'll never forget how loud I screamed when The Rock pinned John Cena. I thought for sure Cena's going to win. He goes for, the people's elbow. That leads to Rock getting up, hitting him with the rock bottom. Even though it led to that second match, and I'll get into that, to me, it was still, wow. What a moment, what a win, because I didn't think Rock was going to win. And when he did, I just got up out of my chair and I was like, The Rock, the people's champion. By God, this son of a bitch did it. 2012, up and down year, Raw 1000. I remember watching that live. Fun show. And now here we are, coming up on the 25th anniversary of Raw. Hard to believe. And SmackDown 1000 will be this year. So, wow. Just wow. That was a fun night. And just moving throughout 2012, we had Brock Lesnar return. So 2012, mixed bag. Like I said, that summer was really, really bad. Actually, I remember during that summer, that's when I started watching TNA. I gave TNA a chance. I watched it for a good run. I actually enjoyed their product from 2012 to about 2013. And then they kind of lost me there towards the end. But, I even watched TNA. And a lot of people crap on them, and they probably deserve it. But if you're a fan of them, hey, more power to you. But I did watch them. Don't watch them anymore, so got to talk about them as well. Moving into 2013, I made a huge decision that year. I made a huge financial decision that year. WrestleMania was coming. It was coming close. WrestleMania 29, MetLife Stadium, New York City, New Jersey, East Rutherford. Now, I went to WrestleMania 29, and while that was not a good WrestleMania by any stretch of the imagination to me, it was worth it for an amazing WWE Hall of Fame. Mick Foley, Trish Stratus, just Bruno Sammartino, seeing him inducted was unreal. Booker T. It was an amazing night. like I said, I never thought I'd see Bruno get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. And that 2013 class, to me, is it's a standout class. It really, to me, it was one of the best classes ever announced. So that was worth it more so than compared to WrestleMania. And just pulling up the rest of the inductees here so I get them right. Let's see here. In 2013, we had, here we go, Bob Backlund. Oh my God, Bob's speech was, I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing. So yeah, we had Mick Foley, Bob Backlund, Trish Stratus, Bruno Sammartino, Booker T, and of course the president, Donald Trump. Unreal looking back how so much can change over the number of years and how time truly does fly. And then of course I went to WrestleMania. I have videos posted on my channel if you want to check it out. To me, I went for WrestleMania for two reasons. One, I wanted to see The Rock live, and that was an honor. Even though the match stunk, did not like that second Rock John Cena match. Being there live, we let him know it, especially that handshake and all that BS. But to see The Rock live, and you'll see my reaction, I have the video posted on this channel, look it up. It was great. And as of now, that is The Rock's final match. I hope it ain't, because he needs to go out on a better note. And I think he will. And for one other match, I'm talking about seeing The Undertaker. There is nothing like seeing The Undertaker at a WrestleMania. And I had the honor of seeing him. And his entrance was bone-chilling. The Phenom. And to see him and CM Punk, that match, I'll still never forget the dueling Undertaker, CM Punk chants. Undertaker, CM Punk chants. It was unreal. So just going to a WrestleMania is something that I recommend for any fan of professional wrestling. It is truly the Super Bowl of wrestling. Even if it's not good, still the experience of going, the fun of going with your friends is worth it. And who knows, if they come back to New York or Philly, I will go. I will go to another WrestleMania. But that was, wow, 5 years ago now. So moving on.
Dan, do you have class today?
Yes.
Are you going?
Maybe.
Maybe you need to get going.
So looking at the, let's see here, looking at 2014, went to the Royal Rumble. When, looking back on it at the time, I was disappointed with that event. But I thought it was a good show now, looking back on it. Yeah, with Bryan not being in there, it led to the crowd crapping all over it. And we sure did. We let them know it that night. But to me, that led to everything that ended up happening at WrestleMania 30. And it was an incredible atmosphere at PPG Paints Arena. Daniel Bryan, Bray Wyatt, one of the best matches I've seen live. Unreal match. Best match of Bray Wyatt's career, in my opinion. From Brock Lesnar demolishing the Big Show to us crapping on John Cena, Randy Orton. We threw every chant at them imaginable. It was unreal. Because usually Pittsburgh crowds, to be honest, they are not that good. They're pretty weak. Pretty quiet, but not this one. It was a great crowd. And then from the Royal Rumble, I was just talking about this yesterday with my friend Mike. It actually was a good Royal Rumble. Just the problem was they didn't put Daniel Bryan in it, and that kind of led to us souring our taste on it. But now, looking back on it, you had Kofi Kingston in his great spot, jumping off the barricade. Rusev, his debut. CM Punk going the Iron Man distance. And that was his last match. I saw CM Punk's last match in WWE. To Roman Reigns breaking Kane's elimination record. Even Batista winning, I thought they were able to turn that negative into a positive and tie it all together nicely. Unlike 2015. But, yeah, to Reigns eliminating both Ambrose and Rollins. The Shield, one of my favorite groups of all time. Seeing that happen. So that was a surreal experience. And just moving on here, 2015. Got to go to SummerSlam. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Wow. What an incredible show that was. My first NXT TakeOver. Going to SummerSlam, it was a long show, but I went there to see The Undertaker take on Brock Lesnar in one hell of a fight. And also John Cena, Seth Rollins, an amazing best match of the night as well. Seeing Bayley and Sasha Banks, one of the best women's, one of the best matches I've ever seen live. And just the way that crowd reacted when Bayley won the NXT Women's Championship. Had a great weekend in New York. So, as a fan, I've been to many pay-per-views, but I've done WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble, and SummerSlam. Haven't done Survivor Series yet, but maybe one day. So I've done 3 of the big 4 pay-per-views. And then going into 2015, started this channel here in July of 2015 as a way to reach out and connect with you, my subscribers, and all types of fans of professional wrestling. And I met a ton of great people out there, whether it's the Lex Man, who inspired me to start this channel. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much. To Nerd Coalition, to BSP Wrestling Show, to Robbie One Kenobi, to the Club of the Man 1993, Jack Southall, Connor Egger, Solomonster, Sound Off. If I forget anybody, I apologize. There's so many people out there made collaboration videos with, and this has been amazing. Like I said, I couldn't ask for anything more. To you, my subscribers, all 319 of you, thank you. Thank you for helping this channel continue to grow. So I started that. Here we are now in 2018. I've seen a lot of good, a lot of bad. But it's been fun. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. And, that's just a retrospective look on my 10 years of being a fan of pro wrestling. So that does it for this video, guys. I want to say thank you all for watching. Be sure to click the like and subscribe button for more video content coming soon to this channel here at youtube.com/DanielGuyza412. Follow me on Twitter at DanielGuyza412 for all my latest tweets. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next video, whenever that may be. So until then, take care, and thanks for watching.